Welcome to Charter Local Edition. I'm Tracy Young. Our guest is Bobbi DePorter. She's the author of 18 books and the co-founder of Super Camp, a place that's safe and fun where kids learn life skills. But she joins us to talk about the steps that parents can take to communicate with their children to help them build productive lives. Nice to have you with us, Bobbi.
Great to be here. Thank you, Tracy.
You know, it seems like, and maybe I was just blind to what it was like being a teen, because it's difficult being a teen, but it seems like teens' lives today are so much more complex and so much more difficult than, for example, when we were teens.
They are very complex. There's so much on them and they carry that stress. So what we want to do is help them with that because their schedules and technology, so much has changed.
I think about, when we made mistakes, maybe our friends weren't nice to us or something, right? And maybe there were pictures somewhere. But it's not like what you have now, where you can take a picture any place, anytime. You can upload it. Not only can everybody in the school see it, but everybody in the world can see your mistakes that you make.
And with the texting and all that's going on, you're not eye to eye, so that they know that lying's gone up and bullying's gone up because of that.
And I think about the repercussions aren't the same, because if you just send it out, it's not like me face to face saying something unkind to you, is
Right.
it?
No, it's much easier to do it that way. They don't feel so guilty.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me about this idea of Super Camp and how you work with parents so that they can learn to communicate with kids and just help them so that when they grow up, they have that self-confidence.
Right. It's all about that connection. What parents can do. Well, one of the tips we give them is we call it take a drive. And also listen more, talk less. And when you think about it, with Take a Drive, it creates a safe space. And that's what we're going for, is to creating this safe space and connection, with your kids. And a dad had told me, he picked up his daughter Sarah at Super Camp and then was driving home. And he really listened during that time, and he found out things that he never knew about her. She had said, that a teacher had called her stupid in 3rd grade, and that she had carried that into high school. And so she looked at her dad and said, I'm tired of feeling stupid. I don't want to do it anymore. And the dad called me and said, I got my daughter back. So
oh my goodness.
It's creating that time and safe space. And why a car is safe is because you're looking straight ahead. And teens don't like to look you in the eyes when they're talking. So in a car, you're all looking straight ahead, and it creates that safe environment and
I think about a
connection.
friend of mine that she likes to be the parent that picks up the kids. She has somebody else driving because she wants to see the kids of school when school's out, how they interact with each other and who they're gossiping about, talking about, so she can nip it in the bud and find out what's going on.
There's not many opportunities to do it, and that's one of them.
Exactly. So what ideas do you give to teens, though, too? What can teens do? Because it's a difficult time. Our emotions are all over the place.
Right, and there's a lot of bullying going on, as we talked about. And one teen I talked to recently, Matthew, he was called names. And he said that he got that he didn't have to take those words into him because he knew who he was and those words were not him, and it's a choice. There's internal and external consequences. External is what the kids say, and you have no control and you feel out of control, but what you have control in is how you feel and your internal consequences. So he chose not to let the words hurt him and chose confidence. So that makes a big difference. He walked with confidence, talked with confidence, and the bullying
So he
died away.
He basically rejected the bullying.
Yes,
I know differently about myself.
And to have control of your own life, and to get that in your attitude that you do have control about your own life, how you feel.
So what would you like to leave people with? What's the best thing that parents and teens can do to come together so that they both have great lives?
I know. Well, really listen to each other and create those opportunities to spend time together. So take a time. For parents, it's take a drive, listen more, talk less. And for teens, it's to choose confidence.
And say no to those bullies.
It is.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. The book is called The 7 Biggest Teen Problems and How to Turn Them Actually into Strengths by our guest, Bobbi DePorter. For Charter Local Edition, I'm Tracy Young.
First, there was C-SPAN. Today, there's a California channel. I'm John Hancock, and I'm inviting you to stay informed by tuning to the California Channel on Charter's Channel 177. The California Channel is a people's television funded entirely by California's cable television industry. So tune in daily for gavel-to-gavel coverage of California's legislative debates, press conferences, and more. The California Channel, educating a new generation of civic leaders and voting citizens.